Texas students pledging allegiance to the Mexican flag and singing the Mexican national anthem. A student in the Valley says a culture lesson crossed the line. Now the controversy could lead to a change in what all children are taught. Channel 8's Brad Watson reports from McAllen, where the Spanish class lesson erupted beyond the classroom.
15-year-old Brenda Brinsdon entered her sophomore year just wanting to do well in her classes. But in mid-September, she got an unexpected lesson on personal conviction and taking on the system.
And I feel that I did what's right, and I know I did what's right, and I'm gonna stand my ground.
Brinsdon says she stood her ground by staying seated when first-year Spanish 3 teacher Reyna Santos assigned her class to stand and recite Mexico's Pledge of Allegiance. Students stood with right arms straight out and palms down, that the school district says is how Mexicans say their pledge. Calling the lesson un-American, Brinsdon recorded the class that happened the week of Mexico's Independence Day and also the 10th anniversary of 9/11. The teacher also told students to memorize and recite the pledge individually. And when the time came for the part of the assignment to sing Mexico's national anthem, Brinsdon again refused.
Again.
With that, Santos led the class in the anthem.
I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I told her, I was like, I thought this was a Spanish class. And she's like, well, yeah, it is, but it's like a cultural thing. And so I was the only one that sat down.
He was given an alternate assignment. Brinsdon's father, William, backs his daughter, saying that reciting a pledge to any other nation has no place in public schools.
But what are we to do? Lay down and just let it happen? Or should we stand up for our country?
Brenda Brinsdon goes to McAllen's Achieve Early College High School, where Santos could not be reached. The school district declined several News 8 requests to interview someone with the district, but in a statement said it was a single lesson on Hispanic culture in one class at one campus. The lesson will be reviewed, and students recite the U.S. pledge daily. This Spanish class assignment, Brenda Brinsdon's refusal, and the school district's response caused a firestorm on the right. Conservative websites erupted, getting the attention of Republican State Representative Dan Flynn of Canton.
It was a shock to me.
The Texas Education Agency says the state curriculum outlines what must be taught, but local districts decide how it's taught. Flynn says since the state allows that much discretion, he'll file a bill again to require more mandatory studies on the U.S. Constitution.
I do have a problem if we're making that the assignment and for young people to have to stand up and pledge to another country. It lessens the value of the pledge to the United States flag.
After no one with the district agreed to an interview, News 8 confronted McAllen School Board President Sam Saldivar after a meeting, who indicated he didn't agree with the lesson.
I would have taken a different approach, but again, I'm not an educator.
But as the leader of the board that sets policy, Saldivar said there's no decision yet on whether to change the curriculum.
You know, that's a curriculum by a teacher working with the administration. As I understand it, it's going to be reviewed, and more than likely a better approach will be taken in the future.
Dallas Democratic State Representative Roberto Alonzo says to question the loyalty of the teacher and school district is unfair.
This is a class. This is not doing allegiance to Mexico. It's not, you know, you're going to be part of Mexico. This is just a class to learn Spanish, to learn an aspect of what is Texas.
Brinsdon says she's been pulled from Santos's class and gets her lessons separately now. Despite the controversy, she has no regrets.
And I really hope that I was an inspiration to a lot of youth in America to stand up for what's right.
In McAllen, Brad Watson, Channel 8 News.